Hey, Soul Family, back again with another quick reading. I was trying to get some in, before it's time for me to go help my mom with her event. So this particular is going to be a quick little read on GloRilla, okay? And the reason why I chose to do her is because her birthday is tomorrow, July 28th, okay? And of course, she made her headlines this week, so let's get into it. I always like to start with looking at them in their birth chart and all of the things, and then we'll get into the current events and what is going on with Miss GloRilla. So, GloRilla, of course, for guys that don't know, she is of course, a rap artist of the girly girls, the younger generation. Her birthday is on the 28th of July. And she's a Leo sun and not Leo society. Yes, okay? And so she has a moon in Aquarius. That's interesting. And it looks like her, make sure, because they don't have a lot for her. And again, this is all just based on what I'm able to pull up. Okay? So Sun in Leo, Moon in Aquarius. Let's look at the chart. It looks like her Venus is in Virgo, okay? And her Mars is in Scorpio, okay? And her Mercury is actually in Leo. So that makes sense. She's a 5th house Leo sun. So she's in the home of Leo, in his true home. And so that is why she's able to, show up as the Leo sun that she is in partnerships, and having favor in the way that she's able to deal with her, the way that she's able to meet and bring business towards her, okay? Also, her the way that she communicates. So she's able to do very well in that regard, in that Leo house. That's a royal house. So one thing about her, we can already see in her birthright that she's going to be just fine, okay? Because she's here in her Leo energy, really almost in the best place to be, okay? Her Jupiter is in Taurus, so that explains that she will always be taken care of. Yes, she'll have up and down. Her Saturn is there. But it looks like her rising energy is Aries energy too. So she shows up very fiery. Her moon is in its home, it looks like. In Aquarius. And her being an Aquarius moon, Uranus is there as well, okay? So in her groups and friend groups, it's a great place to be, but in that energy, she also can experience the shakeups, okay? But it's going to always be blessings because the planet of Uranus also, of course, is favorable of Aquarius, okay? No. It looks like, also her, I'm trying to make sure, because I'm in the process of learning, the astrology, guys, which particular, that is hers. I want to say that's Neptune. It is. So she has all that going on in the house with the moon. But again, she shines in that area, okay, a partnership. So blessings from heaven, but we also see the shakeups. Another thing I wanted to add too, she's a 5 degrees Leo. So that explains why she's been so affected by Mercury retrograde. Remember, if you looked at any of the previous videos that I did on your zodiac sign, anyone that, in that Leo energy between that 5 degrees is going to really, really feel the burn, okay? So what has happened now, in her current situation, the past is showing up in different ways, and it's kind of, it's a little, but that's what happens, and you have to deal with it and tackle, past matters that come up, okay? So I can see that happening for her, and just, dealing with the back and forth and, doing the show, but then having to come back to this, just that kind of stuff, okay? Virgo, with that Venus there is a great place too because it's in its house of home. And so she really, really can, her work ethic is amazing, okay? She's going to be able to always articulate, communicate, and do things in her routine and in her day-to-day. As long as she's able to stay grounded and stable and steady, she going to make it do what it do. And with that Mars being in Scorpio, that's her sexual libido. It's in its 8th house of home. So she will have a lot of power, but then have power struggles. It's interesting. Okay, so she will, deal with the ups and downs of that. But she, overall, Miss GLO gonna be good. She just gonna have to make the proper adjustments to align as she moves forward. So let's get into her cards and tarot and see what's currently going on with her. I just wanted to touch bases with her chart and see, get an idea of who she is. So let's get into it. Okay, so family, let's get into it. We're going to start her cards, but shout out to the Breakfast Club with Miss Lauren LaRosa. Want to give them a shout out. We're going to hear a little bit about her current situation right now, especially like I said, with it being in Leo retrograde, her being in the 5-degree Leo. And I didn't mention that her name is GloRilla, hallelujah, okay? So let's get into it. And this is compliments to the Breakfast Club. So shout out to the Breakfast Club.
So GloRilla was arrested in Georgia on felony drug charges and was booked Tuesday in Forsyth County, Georgia. I believe I'm saying that correct. The charges were possession of a scheduled controlled substance and possession of marijuana over 1 ounce. And under the Georgia law, these are felony charges. She posted a $22,000 bond, so she was released. And at the time when this story broke, the details of the arrest were not clear. So then GloRilla's attorney, Drew Finland, released a statement. So he sent the statement to us and he says, the arrest of Gloria Woods is a disturbing window into how warped law enforcement priorities have become. Ms. Woods was out of town when her residence became a target for a group of home invaders who most likely knew she wasn't there. What they didn't know was that she had family staying with her, and her family, they were traumatized by the violent interests of this group who grabbed high-value jewelry before taking off once they realized she wasn't home, or the home wasn't vacant. When her family members did the right thing, they called the law enforcement, called police. Instead of investigating the violent home invasion and theft of Miss Woods, they instead sought a search warrant when they spotted what they believed was a small amount of marijuana. Law enforcement then sought an arrest warrant for her, even though she hadn't been home for some time. No arrest warrants have been issued for the violent home invaders. Mrs. Woods is a victim, not a suspect. This is our tax dollars at work. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, this makes no sense to me because are you responsible for what's in your house? If you're not home, you had guests there, you had somebody break in. Mm-hmm. The people that broke in could have dropped that. I don't know. I'm just saying, are you just responsible because she's the homeowner?
Yeah, she is the homeowner, but the problem is this was a small amount of weed. This wasn't 10 pounds. This wasn't 20 pounds. It was an ounce, almost an ounce of weed, and she wasn't home. And let's get to the root of the thing. Somebody invaded her property, went in her crib, robbed her property, stole her jewelry, went there with, I'm sure, weapons. Her family was there, could have got killed, could have got hurt, and then you arrest the person that called the police?
Yeah, I don't understand the law. I guess I'd like to know what legally makes her liable.
Well, I reached out to the PIO office down there for the county because I wanted to know the same thing. And they sent me a statement. And in the statement, they say that the reason why they were able to arrest her was because the weed that they found was in a closet in the master bedroom. And the master bedroom belongs to GloRilla. Mm-hmm. So that is why they went forward and issued the arrest warrant for her. Now, at the end of their statement, they do say this. They are the police down there say the homeowner is a victim of a serious crime and we are committed to bringing the suspect to justice. This was a statement from the sheriff. But he says at the same time, we must continue to uphold and enforce the law in all aspects of this case. Now, GloRilla spoke out after this as well, too, and she tweeted, she said, it's crazy. My house got invaded on Saturday. I was in Indianapolis performing for the WNBA All-Star game, and instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focused on some cannabis. Number one, no, I wasn't busted. Number two, my house got robbed. Number three, I wasn't home. Long story short, my house gets invaded, and I'm the only one that gets arrested, so that's T.
Yeah, I wonder did they have probable cause to go in her closet?
Well, they probably went to see what was stolen, and when they went to see what was stolen, found the cannabis. But, GloRilla is really sad. Those people robbed her house, stole her jewelry, and left that weed there. That's messed up.
Yeah, and now she is in jail.
That's right.
She was in jail.
Because that's my story. You robbed me, and you left that jewelry, and you left that weed there.
Well, the
That word there?
You left that weed there.
the police
They
say,
ain't talking about Baltimore. Woo.
yeah, y'all both do got some strong accents, but they way different.
Okay, so shout out to Breakfast Club. Isn't that interesting? So, current energy around Miss GloRilla. Glory, hallelujah. Okay, GloRilla, aka GloRilla. 728, 728. Happy birthday, Glow. Let's see what the current energy is for her. What's the current for Miss Gloria? Gloria, hallelujah. AKA GloRilla. Okay. Current accurate energy. See what's going on with her at this exact time, okay? Okay. And her current energy. Miss GloRilla. Gloria, hallelujah. Okay. Kind of like all, so we'll just kind of take it. Okay. Interesting that they come out like that. Okay. Let's get out at the top, okay? Let's see. GloRilla. Hallelujah. Damn, she got a lot of cards, okay? So let's see. Let's see. Right. Okay. I'm asking any extra messages. The way that one came out, I'm gonna kind of leave this one here, but I can see what's going on. Okay. So any extra messages from Miss Gloria? Hallelujah, Gloria, hallelujah. GloRilla. Any extra messages for that? Any extra? Miss GloRilla. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna always do the top and the bottom, kind of like an end begin type vibe, okay? So, Miss GloRilla, let's unpack, boo. She is got a lot going on, okay? Definitely coming in her Leo energy with this Ace of Wands. This just represents in her energy right now based on what has gone on, especially sound like with this particular situation that just happened within a week or so, or within the week, just days ago. So right now she's just feeling a little bit upside down. You know, again, her house had, you know, been violated, different things like that. So she's, you know, not really out there happy about the situation, especially I could imagine having to go to jail, just all of those things, dealing with, you know, who broke in my house, just dealing with her current day-to-day. She like, yo, this is a lot, okay? So she's definitely in an energy of just, you know, trying to sit down, and she's just trying to figure out what happened, what's the cause. She's just trying to figure out everything, who, what, when, where, okay? When you see this Page of Pentacles in reverse, this is the news of her jewelry being taken, you know, house being broken into. This shows the loss energy of that. And that one action too, to me, is a break-in too, you know, kind of like that upside down, okay? And all this happened again while she was somewhere working, partying, okay, celebrating. So we see the situation right here, and this shows the Tower moment. This is the break-in, okay? This is what has happened. She, again, is in her mind, but this represents her being locked up. This represents the police coming in, you know, and the Tower moment of that, okay? Again, she, in her mind, is like, how can they come in here and lock me up in my house for what was taken from me in these cars while I'm somewhere working, celebrating? I come back to the bullshit, and this is the outcome. You know, so where's the justice? Where is the justice, okay? And she felt like she got betrayed. And this is somebody that betrayed her when they came in her house and broke in. So this is the current situation that we just all heard, all in this conglomerate right here, okay? Two of Cups is here. So when I see this energy, she definitely got somebody who she feeling. It's a partnership, you know, it's an attraction. She has a connection with, but she need to watch out, because even though this card popped out in an upright, this can kind of be an energy of somebody around that's not on the up and up, because you got this betrayal here, you got this theft here, and this is clearly, with it being there, these are people who you know, okay? And again, Page of Cups, you know, immature, childish, somebody who, she got to watch this. This is somebody who may come in looking a certain way, like they in an upright, but this is a betrayal here in the energy space, okay? And somebody petty, too, to steal some jewelry, you know, or whatever, or whatnot. The theft, okay? One thing about it, you know, she's going to continue to prosper. Opportunities are here, okay? She'll continue to grow. And she also has new projects and things that she's working on, guys. We're going to see that, you know, in the near future. New music, new. She's been working on things, and she's, progress, touring, you know, doing all of the things, okay? So she's continuing to work steadily. She's in her, their energy in that 6th house of working and standing on business when it comes to money. And she may be experiencing a little up and down, too, in a relationship with somebody that she, you know, been dealing with as well. This is action and motion. So she'll have good news, again, and creative projects ahead. Good things like that are coming. Again, this goes hand in hand with the work. So she will definitely continue to grow. And her projects are going to be successful, because she's gonna cultivate, look over it. She's gonna do everything with detail. Okay? There's a Virgo, and she's gonna do that. Detail with her work is gonna bring her this. Okay? So small setbacks to a giant. Glow. Keep going, baby. I know you feel a little upside down and displaced and disorganized right now. You know, it's overwhelming when people come into your home, and then you got to experience the shakeup, all right? So that's clearly present. We see that. But it's going to work out for her in the end when it comes to the legal situation with her getting locked up. She got the Ace of Swords. So, you know, she probably have to pay a fine, you know, a little bit of small probation or whatever. But this ain't going to be nothing that her Ace of Pentacles won't be able to take care of. So she's going to be okay in this legal situation. It just was it's a hurtful situation, because you, like you said, who wants anybody to come in your house? You feel violated. You feel like, damn, you get me? So she will continue to, you know, move. She's going to move past this, because she'll have victory when it comes to it, okay? This represents, you know, she got to watch out, too, for burnout. Don't work too hard, baby. Keep a steady pace, okay? But also this do represent, too, from her having to sit down for that quick second. But, again, She got judgment in the upright. So she gonna be just fine, okay? And she's gonna, you know, like I said, she'll be able to pay the fine, do what she needs to do. And again, she got new opportunities coming in, you know, and she gonna be able to even get back what she lost, and it'll come back to her sevenfold. So like her name, GloRilla, hallelujah. And it's her birthday, guys. So she will be celebrating. She would definitely be celebrating her birthday, okay? So we can see that also in the cards, all right? So this is good. I mean, regardless, we all go through things. So baby girl gonna be just fine. Watch out for the, you know what I mean, for the cross when it comes to the love situation. At the end of the day, you know, be careful in that regard. And you may have a choice between the two. So you might have somebody who you know, dealing with or come in that will be good. And you might have somebody who you might be dealing with at the moment who, you know, could be a little bit full of it, all right? Let's ask two, which I think we can kind of see in the cards, but let's double check. People who broke into her house, let's see if she knows them. Is this and we'll close out, but happy birthday, Glo. It's looking good for you ahead, baby. Let's see. Is this, does she know the people who broke in her house? Is this someone who she knows? Is this someone that's close to her? Please give me her energy on. Is this somebody she knows? Or is it just petty? Does she know these people? She got to watch the people around her, especially with that betrayal card, you know, that was sitting there. See, that's that same as that Two of Cups. So somebody she dealing with, look, backstabbed her. So yeah, this somebody she know, guys. Petty as hell. Again, it came out in the first card. Somebody she done dealt with before, that she knows, and they jealous of her, okay? And backstabbed her and broke into her house and stole her stuff. So, Glo, you got to watch your people who you dealing with, your group of friends, a group of people who you dating, people that you around, because this is somebody that you know that did this to you, okay? So you got to, again, and that Ace of Swords, that's you, Wands, I'm sorry, that you came in. You sitting back trying to figure it out. Who, what, when, where, how, okay? But you got some people that you need to cut off to move forward. You got good things coming. Your money looking good. Her creative projects are looking good. You know, she's putting in the work with it. So with that, she's going to continue to culminate and grow. And again, y'all saw that she'll be fine with the legal situation regardless. But that's just that on that. And we wish her the best. And again, happy birthday, GloRilla. And I will be back soon, guys, with another one. I don't know who we're going to do next. Remember, write in the comments who you would like to see and any specific questions that you do have on, you know, oh, you know what? Let's ask about Yo Gotti. Want to something with that? Let's ask. Yeah. I'm sorry, before we go, let's get into that, okay? All right. I think they said that they had I don't know if that was a rumor, because you know AI, they be doing the most, okay? So let's ask, what is the energy around her and her, she signed to Yo Gotti. So, yeah, please give me the current active energy around, and her relationship with him, you know, because people were saying they date or, you know, that's why Angela broke up, but I think that was with somebody else, man. I think that was the energy of an ex that he got. So please give me her energy around her and Yo Gotti, her relationship with the label. She gonna continue to be successful though. Man, it's in her cards. It is what it is. And we're gonna see some new music, new stuff. Got a lot of good things coming. She got to shake the haters and shake the people who are jealous of her, okay? What's the energy? Okay. Okay, so he coming in the border on the bullshit. Okay. He's coming in a little bit too much. Too many cards. Let's see. Okay. Energy around her. Sign to your body, okay. She need to be safe with that energy too. And today is Young Dolph's birthday, so happy solar return to a real Leo, baby. Dolph, honey. You know? Well, it's a little bit of everything in that situation. She gonna be headed on a new path. I don't necessarily know if she gonna stick with this, you know, the whole way. I mean, she might be styling him right now. Let's just see. Let's Google. We can see it right here. Let's see, guys. Okay, so she came in 2022, signed to his CMG Collective Music Group, which is his label. She's coming in. There's an innocence coming into this too, you know. Again, she a new artist. This is a new path for her in life, you know. And this is a journey that she came in. But it also shows, too, with this right here, that with that Two of Wands in reverse, it's kind of like she want to move forward, but it's some things that's going on inside that, you know, label and business and stuff with her. You know, she playing it safe. She's standing, you know, down, but she does have some concerns when it comes to that, okay? Especially with this energy that's showing up with the King of Wands in reverse. That's an energy of, you know, just kind of being a little reckless energy. You know, like she feel like, again, I said it, and I don't know, it's today's Dolph's birthday, but she got her thoughts about how he handles stuff and how he, even in his personal, okay? In his personal life, all right? It's still a lot of success here, okay? It's also a 3. So when you see that 3, there's gonna be some other things going on, honey. Oh, with that going on, there might be some other things outside of just work, you know? And she gotta watch this, okay? But she gonna pull together and figure out what's going on. And she gonna start to make a decision. Cause look, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So also, this could represent a deal that's wasn't so great too. That she's, coming to with him, meaning this contract or but it looks like they'll be able to work through it, okay? I don't know how long she gonna stay signed to this particular label per se. Because this is the contract and they definitely having a lot of success with it, okay? These are still 2 different kings, so it still can be a little naive in that energy. So like I said, coming in, it could just be she could be dealing with a lot because he could be having transitions between what's going on in the label and in his personal life and how he handles stuff. It ain't necessarily the best deal or the best contract, but success is here. In some kind of way, she's going to find a way to move forward, okay? Again, they have a lot of success there. And so it looks like when it's all said and done, I don't know how long she gonna stay, Let's ask. Got a lot going on. This represents personal too. Success is there. So, and this is the legal contract, okay? So if it ain't right, it's like you gonna make it right, okay? And maybe they're gonna go through the push and the tug, to get things on one accord so things can come up and upright. Because it's still a good outcome, okay? So either way, because we have to do a separate reading on him, but I'm gonna just say this, and we again can always come back and visit this again. She definitely needs to stay safe with that Fool card, that King of Wands, and this right here upside down. Also, if, and God forbid, so we don't speak negative, but put it like this. Even if something were to happen to him, she gonna be all right. So there you have it. That's the way we're gonna leave it at that. And we can always come back and revisit, okay? But yeah, they had their conflicts, but they're gonna figure out and come to a agreement where things work out for both, because she's successful and she got a lot of success ahead. So happy birthday, Glo. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Again, make sure that you're paying attention to your contracts and stuff. You have a lot of favor in your life. Make sure you're paying attention to the people around you, the people you deal with. Even in love, in business, you need to be looking at everything from all aspects, okay? So that Ace of Wands is about stopping and paying attention to anything in these little small setbacks so you can get in front of them. Just like that Eight of Pentacles was like you looking over things, you taking account, and you make, like you Santa Claus, you checking your list and you checking it twice, okay? So I want you to check it in all areas of your life and get grounded. You got good things coming. And all right, peace and love. So family, I'll see you soon, okay? And we're going to do, I don't know who I'm going to do next. I know I got Beyonce and Solange coming up. I came up there with the community post. And I'll try to post too. Again, I keep saying stuff, but I'll try to do the community post today to show you that I post these particular readings. And at some point, I'm going to try to get these up here and upload it. And we'll come back later. I'm going to try to do a few more before I start y'all August on what to expect for August, okay? Peace and love, and I'll see y'all soon.